We're back. We are back. We are back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
You know?
We're back to annoy you. We are back.
You
fuck
were
around.
cranked when you did that.
Headphone users, beware.
Yeah, you were cranked.
After the fact.
I'll put some, I'll compress it a little bit, but yeah, oh my God. Well,
If
we're
I
back.
ever refer to if I ever refer to IT or like my tech people, it's always Alex.
Right. That's what I've been relegated to. And I did that. I used to do that. And I do audio too.
Oh, speaking
IT
of,
audio.
my parents, our TVs broke on the same day last weekend. Pretty much.
Our TV has been breaking down.
But like the last straw, we had the last straw with our television the other day.
Should we move our couch? By the way, update to our pod studio. We got a couch in here, just in case we have any guests. Carlos.
Oh, we have guests and we have secret projects.
Yeah, and maybe another podcast.
Maybe another podcast
But
on the way.
would you? I was just thinking, what about this couch? Is it possible to bring it upstairs and switch it out with our other one because our other one's kind of broken down?
Maybe that's not a bad idea.
Or is it too big?
Actually, wasn't the reason why we just kept it in here because we can't move it?
Good luck to whoever moves back into this place when your parents move, if they ever go anywhere.
I don't think that any of us are going anywhere. We are rent controlled. But anyways, our TVs broke on the same day, and immediately my parents were like, we cannot, like, my parents are double screen people, not like a tablet or iPhone or whatever. Like, they are like screen people. They have to watch like a normal television with an antenna on another television, just in case they miss like an episode of Gilligan's Island, God forbid. And so
not Gilligan's Island.
when
do they watch that?
I think they watch all of the
islands.
Yes.
I used to watch Gilligan's Island when I was growing up.
So did I. When my meme was ill, I had to watch a lot of classic TV, which I really enjoyed. Cagney and Lacey. Shout out Cagney and Lacey. Anyways, so my parents went out and bought another TV.
That's not the first Cagney and Lacey mention on this podcast. I think you mentioned them before.
Okay, kind of love that. So anyways, they went out and bought a TV, and this is back to the like tech support thing, because immediately as soon as they got the TV, they were like, can you have Alex come down, because he's the one that set up our first TV and we need him to do the second one.
And what's with like the TVs, like the quality of televisions nowadays are just so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy.
And I feel like the fact that like the 4K movies, if you're just buying a 4K movie without a 4K TV, girl, you are wasting your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But should we just get right into it? Because we have, speaking of movies, we've got lots to yap about.
Before we get into the movies, we have to do our age-old tradition, which you've already done. I have to call you out on the pod for that.
Alex is a narc.
She did the cracking open of the cold one before we even got to do the we were setting up and she cracked it open.
It's that time of the year. It's hot.
Oh.
I'm thirsty.
It's hot. It's that time of the year where they do demolition, apparently, because they're doing demolition literally next door to us. There's a building that's being torn down.
It's a funeral home. And should we talk about what we saw?
Should I put up pictures? I took pictures.
I have
of
the situation.
Yeah.
Of the orange bag situation.
Of the bags. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait, let me crack this.
Okay, so they are. Hang on. If you're not watching, we're.
Can't do it like
That's what she said.
Yes. Anyway. So there's a funeral home next door that they're tearing down because they're building something else there, like a fire hall.
It's going to be a firehouse, and I am dreading every moment of it. I've been here for half of my life now in this specific building, and it's always been a funeral home, and that funeral home was like my dream house because there was like a whole apartment complex or whatever.
Probably haunted now.
Yeah, probably haunted. But above the funeral home, and they had these beautiful, gorgeous stained glass windows. Oh, I just dreamed of living there my whole 15 years living here. And now it's demolished. They took away the stained glass windows. And now
that was one of their first projects they did. Yeah. With the windows, remember?
Where did they go?
And
the body.
So yeah. Yeah. So they were taking out, first of all, like, I don't even remember if we did a pod since they did the blowing up of the explosions in there. They were exploding things.
I was at work, thankfully. I was at work and Alex had to be here while they were literally dropping bombs in
they had the police
home.
Here wasting time, wasting tax dollars, training, allegedly. And they were throwing literal bombs or flashbangs or something inside of the building. I think
it was flashbangs.
But they were so loud, like literally, like it was shaking our apartment. And the cats were scared.
Ginger, every time any ruckus happens,
now that's probably why they're so traumatized.
Ginger is trying to pry the cabinets open to go lay in the cabinets because she's scared. But like, she's so big that if she gets in the wrong cabinet, everything will come crashing down.
Yeah. We don't let the cats in the cabinets for multiple reasons.
Obviously. It's just she just gets so scared. Like that's her
try to get in there and then we have to
take
yell
defense situation. We have to yell at the cats.
We have a little spray bottle just in case.
Well, it's for their safety because God forbid, like a whole bunch of plates come crashing down on them. Yeah, there's 5 of them.
They like to just eat things that they shouldn't be eating as well. We always have to be on alert, on the guard. They're like little kids. They're like literally little kids.
Possibly.
But they next door, after they did the explosions a couple months later, which is where we're at now, present day. The other day, they brought out bags and bags and bags and bags and bags, and they were white bags, and they looked like garbage bags, but like way bigger, like industrial
all in the
size.
Same shape though.
Yeah, but
roughly
the white bags, like I don't think they were what we think the other bags were.
No, I think that the white bag. Because
your parents at first they were like, those bodies.
That's ashes. It's bodies. No, I think that was like possibly an asbestos removal.
Yeah, or something. Just like they were probably like gutting the inside or something, and then they just threw everything in bags.
Yeah, well, they had like hazmat suits on, so I feel like that was like they were trying to contain something situation.
Yeah, you could probably hear them. They're like crashing shit next door, but then they started. So like the rumor was like there's bodies, but then we were like that's not bodies. There's no way. And then the next day they started bringing out orange bags. That were taped,
around 5 to 6 feet long.
Yeah, that look like bodies. Like if you ever see like a body in a bag, like in a movie or like
think Contagion.
Think COVID-19 when they were throwing dead bodies in pits.
Yes,
everywhere.
They were like orange bags, but they were taped where the head would be, where the
neck,
shoulders
the arms,
would be.
The legs.
And it looked like they
were
possibly
and they
around
were separated.
50 bags.
Everything was separated too. Like when they actually put it all onto trucks, they put those white bags first, because I don't think you were home, I was watching it. They put the white bags first, and then they had a separate thing where they put all the orange bags. I think they were taking that somewhere else,
right? And I
bodies
in the area, so
full bodies. I can probably throw like a blurry ass picture.
Yeah, and
I took a picture of it.
I come home from work, I'm seeing the orange bags, and I'm like, that's like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like that's a body.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, why did they have so many bodies there? Because this hasn't been like operational for a while, and don't they just end up burying bodies?
Okay,
or
but also
them,
conspiracy theory. Hey, you were just like blowing up training exercises, and now you're
where there was bodies
now
everywhere.
You're bringing bodies out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And by the way, I was not happy with the police when they were doing that. I was yelling at them through the window. I don't care. I have no chill when it comes to police.
ACAP.
Yeah. You know?
Anyways.
Bringing us back to our CKY days.
Yeah, honestly. But let's transition nicely into we left the house.
Right. Oh, our car has been broken.
God, it's been such a
so many things have been happening. Our car's been broken, so for a while we were just trying to fix it and spending all of our money doing that, and then we just decided to
live our lives, girl.
And live our lives, and then we'll slowly start putting the car back together, I guess.
Yeah, so
we've been lucky enough to be able to, I guess, do that because you work so close. You don't have to drive you to work.
Yeah, and we kind of live in an area where everything is within like a really close distance to get to. Fair, but I mean, like, we're not having to go from like town to town or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just kind of within an hour's distance of things.
Yeah, and so we've just been taking the bus, but we did go to the movies.
Mall. Yeah. There was some kids. We were at the mall walking around. There was some kids walking behind us going, LeBron James, LeBron James.
God,
I was going to snap.
Annoying.
I was going to snap. I was gonna be the one to be like, you're fucking adopted.
Yeah.
Like I hate just.
Should we talk about how expensive movies are?
So I
was like, what the fuck?
We went to Sunrise Records and we were lucky enough to get a couple good deals.
By the way, are your headphones working? Can you hear it?
I can hear just fine. Where's the soundboard?
Oh, right. I totally forgot the soundboard. That's the thing we were like, are we forgetting something? The soundboard.
Right.
Yeah, I do, because it's all set up still. It should be set up. If not, I'll rebuild it, but yeah.
Yeah, so we went to we went to Sunrise Records and we picked up Synchronic, and that was Justin and Benson and Aaron Moorhead's one of their last films before their Moon Knight venture, and
we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Moon Knight. But that was only $5. And then we picked up Lisa Frankenstein. That ended up being $15. And I know it's a newer release, but we were thinking, hey, when are we going to find this movie again? Right. So we grabbed that one.
But there was other movies we wanted to grab. Like there was like Shudder releases. There was all different
Shudder releases. All of the Shudder originals. Glorious, Blood Relatives for some reason. All Glorious. $36.
So that's Rebecca McHenry, right?
Rebecca McHenry. Shout out Rebecca.
Shout out Rebecca. Come on our pod.
Shout out Elric. We'll be talking about you later.
Follow one of us. You know?
Close personal friend. If anyone's parasocial for someone, I'm sorry, it's me with you guys.
Right. Should we just send them the clip of this?
Right. Every Friday, every other Friday when there's a Colors of the Dark, I'm like, it's the best day ever.
And now you got deep cuts, so you should be like...
I have got
every week, isn't it?
Yes, I finally got their Patreon deep cuts, and I have gone back at work. I started from 2020 from the Nightmare University episodes, and I am just soaking in all of this horror knowledge, like this for a horror fan, like who specifically consumes, I would say 85-90% horror content.
Yeah.
Their deep cuts Patreon is made for me, and I'm so happy that I finally subscribed to it. My day flew by the other day. My full 8 hours, I was just listening to deep cuts all day, and it was the best day ever.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Talk about a gift. Yeah. Thank you to me from me.
Right. Well, from Rebecca McHenry and Elric Kane, which we also will be talking. We'll be talking about Elric later on in this video as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because we watched The Dead Thing. That was our Valentine's Day. That's how long it's been since we've done one of these eps.
Sheesh. Yeah. Sheesh. It has been a while. We're attempting to get back into it.
Yeah, don't take us seriously for this episode because, take us seriously, but like we're just here winging it. I have to go to a doctor's appointment in just over an hour, so we're just here kind of flying by the seat of our pants today, talking about movies with you guys. You had a good explanation of our podcast situation, because we have our other podcast that I do with Logan, Former Critics, where we kind of do more we joke around. I try to joke around more on there, but like with him, but he talk about whimsy.
Yeah, Logan. He's whimsyless. Logan.
Whimsy sucker.
And
I'm just kidding.
We mentioned how like we kind of get down to business and talk about movies, and this podcast, Nefarious Things, is movies, but also like we just kind of joke around more. And there usually is a soundboard if you're new.
We
here.
yap.
We yap. Yeah, I said this is my time to yap. You know.
And then we may or may not have a secret project in the works with
yeah.
my best friend Carlos, who I'm very excited to introduce to you all.
Maybe he can come and be in the studio on the podcast, and we can do an episode and then launch your little project.
Yes, because we have been friends since we were 3 years old. I do not know how you've put up with me for 28 years of your life.
I'm about to clip this segment and be like, this is like our shout out segment. And then it's just me, Rebecca, McKendry, Elric, Carlos, Logan.
Instead of takebacks and apologies, we're doing shout outs and recognition. Yes. So
no flowers. We're not getting
no flowers because every time someone gives someone flowers, they end up
this is important.
Away.
This is important. Every time they would be like, we're giving flowers, the person would die the next week later.
And that's so crazy. So we don't do flowers.
Yeah. No more flowers because you never know what's going to happen to them.
You never know. Anyways, so Carlos and I were talking about launching a pod together. It would more or less be like Zoom style because we don't live in the same country anymore, technically.
But he is close, so there could potentially be in studio episodes.
Yes.
Or if he ever wants to come on our pod, because he did say he wanted to come on our pod and talk about movies.
I feel like so Logan and Alex are more movies, less yap. Alex and I are a really good mixture of movies and yap, but Carlos and I will be mostly yap, less movies, but still probably a sprinkle of movies in there. Him and I have had so many experiences over the years that we just have to talk about. Just so much crazy. We tried to be cheerleaders one year. We ended up getting born again Christianed at a carnival. So many good things that we just need to talk about.
Wild.
Wild.
At least, I think that would be cool. I think that would be a fun addition.
Yeah, so we are our Team Nefarious family is just expanding. We
should try to get Kenzie from Horror Hideout to do their podcast and then add it to our network. We should talk about that. Shout out
Horror Hideout. Shout out Kenzie.
She's been talking. She said that she didn't have like a lot of time or like she wasn't super passionate. So she just is taking a break, but maybe that could get her back into it.
Reignite that passion. Reignite that whole love of horror. That's what we just love movies. We love horror. We love entertainment. And like we just love to talk.
True. Yeah.
Alex and I, it's almost our anniversary, actually. It's almost our 5-year anniversary. And
I was trying to see the date.
In like 14 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
21st?
21st. We met... Well, we met in a Letterboxd group.
Okay. Sidebar, we need to talk about that. We need to add that to the list of things to mention today.
Yeah. We met in a Facebook group for Letterboxd. Of all things, like right in the beginning of the pandemic, we started talking one day and we never stopped talking.
True. And the group, it was like we would like end up commenting on each other's posts and then we just kind of started talking more.
The cursed Twitter brought us together.
And then Twitter, we were on Twitter and then that's where we kind of like started DMing and talking on there, and then it went from there. And
we were long distance for 16 whole months.
True.
That's crazy.
I can't get past the Letterboxd community. It's not the Letterboxd group. It's not the Letterboxd page, like the regular official Letterboxd page. It's the Letterboxd community page that's ran by like just people.
Hey, people.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to name the names, but I have personal beef with them because they have been just some of the worst.
I'm going to let you rip for a second.
What do you mean? Well, okay, so so long ago, because I was getting so fed up. I got locked out of my Facebook, my actual Facebook. I had like 5,000 friends. I was friends with all these like band dudes that everyone knows. I was so much lore on there. Had it for like 13 years. And then it ended up not being able to log in, and it probably had something to do with
the conspiracy. It's a guy from the Letterboxd community group that got his ass banned,
or something. Just like in general, because like I just was getting so well, no, I left the group like a while ago, but I was so fed up with Facebook people and groups. Is your mom home?
I'm pretty sure my mom's home.
She's here. But yeah, and then the Letterboxd group, so Ashley and I met there, but then it just started devolving
spiraling
into just a mess. If you guys, I swear to God, like stay away from the group. Do not go in the group, because I started having problems just because like people would just like post like troll shit, and they would just like let that shit fly. But then there was like people who were just like sharing normal reviews. Well, first of all, I was getting mad before that even happened, because I was trying to share my reviews, and then I would link like a video review like inside, or not even a video review. If you link anything in your Letterboxd review and you share it to them, they ban the post and they try to ban you, because I don't know, that's some arbitrary reason. They don't like self-promotion like or something. That. Is this gonna end?
Oh, we're good for a few more minutes. Go ahead.
But yeah, it would just be like they would just do like self-promotion, but like if you shared your Letterboxd thing, it's still self-promotion. So anyway, it just doesn't make sense. But then they started, so I got mad at them for that. But then they started like allowing people to, or not allowing people, they would like, people would share their reviews, and they wouldn't be like a popular opinion. It would be like, oh, I didn't like blah, blah, blah. I didn't like
the most popular movie. No, people would pick the most popular movie and be like, I don't know why you guys like this fucking movie. This is a bullshit fucking movie. And it's like,
that happened.
Rage bait.
There was like people who weren't rage baiting and who had like actual real opinions that just weren't popular. And I was fine with it. I don't care. Like, share your opinion. But then it would be like dogpiling of like bullying because they didn't like a certain movie, and then the moderators of the group joined in on the bullying, and they would try to like block people from like speaking out against the bullying. So I went after the moderators before I left. I was like, this is all stupid, you guys are all dumb. I went after them, and then I actually left the group myself, because I was like, I can't do that. I'm done seeing this bullshit, because the moderators were joining in, and that was what pissed me off. Because these moderators act like they are like the reason why I don't like Karsten Rundquist. Like, they act like they're the top of the top. They act like they're like,
not Carscast coming back and you just going right for the jugular.
And they acted like, because they act like they're like an untouchable, because Carson doesn't have his comments on, or you can't comment unless like he follows you, and he only follows like 10 people. And that's what pisses me off, because it's like they act like they're like better than everyone, like their opinion is like God, even though they have like no substance in their opinions or whatever. And then they were just,
he only writes a one-word reviews that you have to like dissect.
But it would be like stuff like, but the moderators of the group were like, they just like were just joining in on the bullying, but they act like superior to everybody, and it's like some stupid Facebook group. You're on Facebook, bro. And then, so I've left the group months ago. Ashley comes to me and she's like, you're not going to believe what's happening in the Letterboxd group. And it's
literally
literal
equating Chunking Express to porn.
And it's literal incel posts and or femcel posts if it's girls, and they're like, it's just, or themselves. It's not binary.
We don't discriminate against the cells.
Yeah, it's like they're posting this horrible, stupid, like weird sex joke porn stuff about like Chunking Express.
Screenshotting
talk about
specific clips of like when May's butt is shown, or when someone's butt is shown, and it's like
they're like talking about they're jorking it. They're doing all these like stupid memes that are about jorking it to the movie, and it's like, this is so dumb, so idiotic. I want to say worse words, but I won't, because we're going to be posting this.
It's mindless.
Or maybe I'll bleep it, but
beep, 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 beep.
It's. I wish I had the soundboard. We have the censor bar on there. But it's just I was just so like, this is because she was just like, get a load of this, and I'm like,
then
no.
it got so much worse because people were like,
and then the moderators are in the comments joining in.
Because dare I remind you about
because I called them out. Remember?
Dare I remind you about the rating systems that they were posting?
Oh God!
It was like 1 star. I'm barely hard.
Yeah, I'm
2
edging.
star. I'm
this.
edging. Like edging painful. It's like, girl,
or guy, or them. They them.
No, nobody is safe from the girl. Okay,
right,
okay.
Yeah,
Nobody is safe, girl.
It's just a figure of speech, like a dude. Like we call.
If you're not watching Drag Race, you're only getting half of the story.
And that's tea.
And that's the tea.
But it's just so annoying that like they're doing all this like incel stuff with like some movie, and it's not funny. It's literal incel behavior, like Reddit style behavior. They must have like let in like a bunch of like Reddit people into the group.
It's the sexualization of everything. For a
stuff
joke.
That's not, then they think it's so funny, but it's like me and her are sitting here and like we're like, this is what incels post on Reddit, so this is what incels are posting on Facebook now, and we're just
not,
and then the moderators
together here.
You know, the moderators of the group are in there like, ha ha ha, like this isn't funny, this is not funny, and remember I commented something
from
very
my
mean
profile
from her profile, and then immediately they post, we're not allowing any more posts of this.
Yeah, they're like, we no longer would like you to post the rating system. Please be kind to one another, kind of thing. It's like, you are the ones that are like,
us to be kind. The red part.
Yeah.
Excuse me? What did
you just fucking say?
Excuse me? What did you just fucking say?
We're not doing guns. I'm
gonna post a clip of that. In that, it's just like, what are you guys doing? Like all of a sudden now, because I commented something extremely mean to the guy, and now you're like, oh, we're not allowing this.
A sweet, nice lady.
Yeah, because I couldn't, because I wasn't in the group. I could be in the group now because I have a new Facebook. We are
so far from where we started this conversation with movies being so goddamn expensive.
Should we wrap it back around to that?
Holy God.
Wrap. Okay, movies are expensive.
And movies are expensive, and that's the tea, girl. Period. Anyways, we've been watching too much Trixie and Katya lately.
Yeah.
The Bryans.
The Bryans. We call them the Bryans.
Yes.
Shout out.
It's Tuesday. It's the Bryans.
Yeah. Because they're both named Brian for some reason.
How do you go on a show, end up meeting your best friend? You're both bald now, and Brian. We are getting so far ahead of ourselves.
I hope you don't have to finish this later.
Our camera is dying.
Our camera's dying.
We're running out of time before we have to go to the doctors.
Are we about to like do like a other situation, like my phone or something? Put a phone on the camera.
Are we about to pause and come back?
No, it's only 3. We got it. We got some time.
Okay.
But I'm just kidding if the battery dies on the camera.
No,
or should we just do just audio? Should we cut to just audio?
If it dies, we'll cut to just audio.
Yeah. If you just see our logo pop up, that's why. Just putting it out there. It's our camera's dying and we don't have enough time to charge it.
If you've made it this far.
Yeah, it's a mess so far. But fuck Letterboxd community group and the moderators and movie ticket prices.
Movie ticket prices and DVD prices in the year of our Lord 2025.
Do you think Katya likes Queens of the Stone Age?
I don't think I feel like she probably knows who they are, but she listens to like such obscure Swedish artists that she doesn't probably care. Russian artists.
She was in the Criterion closet. No flowers.
But yes. Shout out Criterion Closet. Let us in.
Right. They probably will like charge people to like, go into that.
You got to pay for all the movies.
Unless you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
But
no, we need to talk about the movie trailers.
I
posted a TikTok and I was like, my excitement is through the roof right now because of the horror movies that are still yet to come this year are the most exciting ones.
I just got a random thought that I had to tell you. I wanted to tell you on the pod. This is really random. Just on a sidebar because of Red Bar. Red Bar. Okay, so you know how Red Bar did like an episode in December and then like March, or no, it was like February, and then like just did one again.
Are you calling us Red Bar?
Well, in the last episode, not the one that we're on now, the For You episode, he said this was like the grand reopening of Red Bar. And then the next one that he put out, the most recent one, he was like, the grand reopening of Red Bar. It's literally us. It's literally us.
We're just here.
Just taking off like 5 months. The grand reopening.
Yeah, we're just here to dip our toes into the podcasting world.
Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, what were some movie trailers?
Final Destination 6.
We didn't see the one in the theater.
We didn't see it, but I did a trailer reaction to the initial
shout out trailer
reactions.
Go check out her.
I feel very optimistic for Final Destination 6 because the story is being slightly altered for it to not be exactly what we got with the first 5, which I respect. And shout out original horror because we are getting the CTE horror. Him. Yeah, I cannot wait. I actually can't wait. When we were in the theater and we went to go see Sinners, which we'll talk about, we saw a trailer for Him and I was like, what is this movie? And then the heads like smash and then you saw like brain trauma and then Alex was like, CTE. And we knew what movie it was right away because we hadn't seen a trailer for it. Oh my God. It looks really good.
When it first started, I was like, what is this fucking sports bullshit?
Because it was right after the F1 trailer, and we were like, "No,
fuck the F1 trailer. Fuck F1." By the way, fuck all of that. Who's watching that? If you're watching that, think about your life choices and
Brad
rethink
Pitt?
them.
Am I a Brad Pitt fan?
Yeah. I did see Astral, his fucking space movie he did. Remember that? I saw that in the theaters by myself. I went to the theater by myself to see that.
Oh my God. What movie was that?
It was like Astral or something.
Ad Astra. Girl, it's in my files.
Yeah. Did you even watch that?
No.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater.
It's in my files though.
I wish like, you know, people like Tarantino would stop using Brad Pitt. It's not, I don't know about Brad Pitt. I've
never known about Brad Pitt. The only movie that I do want to watch that Brad Pitt is in that I have not seen is California with a K.
Okay.
It's a serial killer film.
Like, cause I don't know how I feel about Brad Pitt.
I know.
I'm more of like a Denzel Washington, a Samuel L. Jackson kind of guy.
Yes. Do you know what?
We need more Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm going to tell you something, but I have to tell you off the podcast, which really sucks. Anyways.
Back from our little cutaway. I'll just put like technical difficulties screen.
Anyway, so we finally saw the trailer for Eddington.
Okay, yeah.
And true. I was so excited because am I an area? Am I yes.
Ari Aster.
Yes. As soon as the screen like opened and I was like, that looks like, and then I saw what's his name?
Was Austin Butler in that one?
No. God
Joaquin
damn
Phoenix?
It. No. Joaquin Phoenix. As soon as I saw him, I was like, it's Eddington.
It's Eddington. Yeah.
Because we hadn't seen the trailer for that either.
It's about like COVID-19 or something.
Yes, it looks really good. A very like social media kind of horror.
It's kind of like, it's giving a little bit of Beau is Afraid vibes, only because of like how like when you watch Beau is Afraid, there are like some like real life elements that you tried to like sprinkle in there, or like just like talking points, social commentary. Right.
I think we need to revisit Beau is Afraid. We need to find the physical media for that because there is a short doc. Ari Aster's brother did a doc for all 3 of his main films. And we haven't been able to watch the one for Beau is Afraid because it's only on the physical media.
True.
But yeah, very excited for Eddington. And then the Bring Her Back trailer looks pretty good. So scary.
I'm surprised what's his face is in I'm surprised like the twins they're twins, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're still sticking to horror, but you said that's kind of like their vibe, so
I feel like that's where
I
they're
thought they would try to
comfortable.
get in on the ground floor, do a cool horror movie, and then do what I was complaining in one of our other things on my channel or whatever. About how they just keep doing. I think I did it on my channel. I was complaining because they keep horror filmmakers keep making like a good horror movie or something, and then jumping and doing a Marvel or like a big production.
Yeah, like a franchise, like a big non-horror franchise.
Until Dawn guy, I forget his name.
David Sandberg.
Yeah, and it's like we like him. It's just like, what the fuck?
Shazam.
Like I like his shorts.
He did Shazam.
Yeah, and then he did Shazam.
And then I don't
Creation.
think he wanted to do part 2 from what I'm remembering. And then he was like, oh, well, I guess I'm here and I have to do part 2.
And then he's just like doing like Until Dawn, and it's like you just ruined the whole game because you just did whatever. I don't know, man. Whatever the studio's doing with that shit. We'll get to that whenever we can see that, but. We have to watch it because even though Logan said he wasn't going to watch it, but I told him we have to because we did the other episode.
You have to have a follow-up Until Dawn podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
But back to Bring Her Back, I think that's going to be my long legs of the year. I think it's going to be my Evil Dead 2013 of the year, where it's going to scare me so bad.
Take it. Bring Her Back. Weapons.
Okay, also Weapons.
That's
gonna be my long legs of the year. Oh
yeah.
Zach Kreger, that man is so funny that I feel like he knows how to scare you.
Yeah.
He's so funny, it's scary. The trailer for Weapons is so good because the voiceover of a child who sounds so mature telling you what happened in the trailer, it's like, it's jarring.
It looks, I mean, I didn't watch the trailer yet. I'm gonna try to go in as blind as I can. It looks pretty. It looked like from the stuff. It looks pretty interesting.
Very optimistic.
And is Zach Kreger actually directing this?
Yes.
And not just like putting his name on it like he did that one movie, Companion.
Companion was.
It wasn't bad.
All right.
We have that on the list. We're talking about it.
Should we just move into talking about movies?
Yeah, sure. Companion. Let's go right into. We just mentioned it.
I loved Companion in a way that I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to.
It's not bad. I thought it was going to hate it.
I really did think I was going to hate it.
And I hate everything.
I thought it was going to give Fresh, and we hated Fresh.
Something stupid. It's not like the best movie of the year, but it's like watchable and
it was fun.
Yeah,
and that's what made it good.
And who's in that? Jack Quaid?
Nope, that's the Borderline. Oh wait, no, Jack Quaid is. I'm thinking of Jack Ray Nicholson. He was in Borderline. Jack Quaid he's such a douchebag. I cannot stand him. But yeah, he was in Companion, and so was Harvey Guillen, our guy.
Right.
Shout out
I don't
Harvey.
know if I like Jack Quaid or whatever his name is. I don't like him.
I don't
Sophie
like
Thatcher's
him.
cool.
Yeah, she's cool. And then Lucas Gage was also in that. He was in Smile too. I feel like Lucas Gage is one of our, unfortunately, he's one of our upcoming Scream Kings.
Yeah. Scream King. He's one of our upcoming fools.
Okay, Alex and I will have different opinions from time to time.
I like Lucas Gage.
I thought
you were shitting on him.
After Smile 2, I feel like that's when I had my... Okay.
He wasn't like a main.
He's growing on me.
Though, right?
No, but I feel like the commitment to the role where he did, it wasn't goofy. It was very good.
I guess. I mean, I didn't hate Smile 2. We're not talking about that today, though. But yeah.
But Companion.
Did we talk about Smile?
I don't know. Companion, though, let's just wrap this up before we get too ahead of ourselves. Companion was a very well done movie. I think it was a very bloody good time. If you are in for like a Friday night,
it's like a fun movie, popcorn watch.
Yes, it's a date night movie where you can show this to your partner if you're just starting to date, and you can like suss out their reaction to the movie, and based on that, I feel like you can take it from there. Yeah,
I think it's like a popcorn watch.
Yes,
but it's like a fun popcorn watch where like you don't have to just.
You can turn your brain off and just kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I guess it's not super fresh concept because like so many movies have done like the robot thing, but like it's like, it was still fun. Like it's still like they did it kind of like a cool way, I guess.
Shout out a not fun robot movie, Black Eyed Susan, Scooter McRae.
Oh God,
that was a bleak film, but we're not really gonna dive into that. But I do want to shout it out because it was a recent release. That movie is bleak, and I'll be talking about it on my channel pretty soon.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of bleak things on our.
What
list
else are we
today.
talking about?
On our list today? In Search of Darkness, I think is the 90s one you wanted to talk about.
When I tell you,
we purchased that, by the way.
When I tell you, In Search of Darkness is the greatest thing to ever be released as a horror fan. I study those movies like I am in school. I'm soaking in all of the knowledge, all of the directors, all of the effects, all of the actors, the segments, the movies, everything in those movies. Like, it's for me. I am the demographic that really just sucks in every ounce of those documentaries.
It's cool that they have like interviews and stuff. And this one was the 90s one, 90 to 94. They're coming out with 95 to 99.
And we were born in 93, so it's like the decade that we were really discovering what these... I think I started watching horror movies when I was like 4 years old.
Right.
And I'm saying that because my cousin Scott used to babysit me. I was just telling Alex this. He would babysit me and he would make me... The first horror movie I can ever recollect was Candyman and then It. But I only remember...
What about The Exorcist?
No, I didn't watch that because Uncle Bob would tell me that Reagan was going to come out of my closet and then I was too scared. I ended up watching that when I was like 15, 16 after I read the book.
Right.
But the first few that I remember was seeing Tony Todd as Candyman and then seeing Tim Curry as Pennywise. And then I would have to sleep over at my aunt's house, my cousin Scott would wake me up in the middle of the night over the little bed I was sleeping on with a knife and a clown mask just to wake me up, you know, like oh, when September huh?
Evanescence.
That's what I said.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Bring me to life. 23 seconds. The
rehearsal. Okay, I'm standing up.
I've never.
I had to like leave my body for that episode.
I've never had a visceral. Usually, Ashley's like, "Do you have emotions? Do you care about this?" Because I'm just like I don't really care. And then like, I literally was like yelling. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I am the kind of person that like. I do have very visceral reactions to things. I have to just stand up. Yeah. I have to walk around. I have to just shake it off. I can't watch. I am not like I love cringe, but sometimes it's too much. And the rehearsal this week was just a little too much.
Yeah, I was like, it's not as cringe this season, and then
just jokes on you.
That episode was
too much.
That was wild. That was insane. Insane. I thought when I saw the preview I saw a clip of it and I thought it was AI. I thought somebody AI'd that as a joke. And then I was like, oh my God.
It's not real. It
was unhinged when I said it. I heard it was unhinged. It was pretty good.
I know we were starting it and I'm like, okay. Oh.
Yeah, it just kept getting crazier and crazier. It was a wild ride. Speaking of that, Logan needs to watch that. He's still on episode 2.
I know. God. Okay, what we're getting so off topic.
So we talked about Companion.
Yes.
And we talked about In Search of Darkness.
Yes.
Let's talk about a screener that we got from Utopia or Circle Collective. I think Circle Collective, which is like their like subsidiary company.
Yeah. Let me tell you, The Visitor.
It's supposed to be like a remake?
Yeah, of a Pier Pablo Pasolini film.
Right? Mm-hmm. Was that the guy that did it?
From Salo.
Did he do Salo?
Yes.
It was called Theorem, I think, the first one. It's on the watch list.
Yeah, so we sat down to watch this and we strapped in for a little under 2 hours.
Remake, but this guy, the guy that makes it, it's a
porn.
Yeah. The guy that makes it is like very...
He's cool. He's cool. Bruce LaBruce?
Yeah.
What a badass guy Bruce LaBruce is.
Shout out Bruce LaBruce.
Shout out Bruce LaBruce.
He it's just that he like when they were saying that it's like a remake of it, I think it was like a pretty loose term of fucking remake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they were fucking and sucking in the fucking.
No, they were fucking and sucking
in this one,
jorking and jacking in that movie. Okay, like they were. It was going in holes that weren't holes.
Sexual revolution. There's like words on the screen like gas for no way.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. The lighting, everything was really awesome. But
it's crazy.
You're literally watching porn with like a really cool message laid over top of it. But there was just some scenes.
It was like a movie, but like it was just like unsimulated.
It was a sexually graphic film.
Very, like, we're not kidding when we say, but it's not soft core. It's like there's holes and there's fisting. There was weird.
I will never get the lubrication shit out of my brain.
There's trans,
which we love. High five. We need more trans representation in.
More trans dick and balls.
More trans. More trans or sexual organs in films. Yes. I really love
Hunter Schafer, you're next.
Hunter Schafer, you're next. No, oh my God. We're going to get like taken over this pod. Oh my God. But no, there was just like some scenes where it was just so slimy and gross that I had to look away because
I think that was part of the point of it.
Yeah.
Like it was supposed to be like weird and gross.
Yes, but I felt like it was giving me a sensory feeling, like that there was so much slime that I could feel it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the kind of movie you have to take a shower after watching.
True. And I do want to just say shout out Utopia and Kyle Greenberg. Kyle, come on the motherfucking pod, man.
Yes.
And bring Anna with you.
Yes. I thank you for always like believing in what we're doing here and like allowing us to watch these sometimes weird but sometimes also incredible films to be able to talk about.
Yeah. I know it's been a while. We were supposed to talk about this like 2 months ago, but we're here. But also, unshout out, no flower. In fact, we're going to give flowers to fucking, I don't know, Sphere Films.
Oh,
or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
We want to watch The Shroods.
yeah, the Shroods.
Shout out Emma.
Emma, Spooky Astronauts called it the Shroods. But okay, the Shrouds. I emailed Janus Films or whoever did that first. I think that's how you say their name. And I was like, they were super cool. They got back to me right away. And then we're like, all right, PR team, looping them in. And then they asked us where we were based out of, and we said Canada. And then
I fucking hate Canada.
Yeah, and they at first didn't respond, and then I messaged them again, and I was like, "Well, is there like any word about this?" And then they said, "Unfortunately, like you're in Canada, and we only deal with the American distribution, so we can't provide the screener to you," which is. We were so motherfucking close. I should have just said I am still I have an American ass freaking ID. I'll send it to you right now.
Right.
But I ended up searching for the people who put out the Shrouds, which I was hoping was Elevation Pictures, but it wasn't. And they
Shout
never
out Elevation Pictures.
What did they get back to Sphere Films? Yeah, I think they did, right? Remember they took like a whole like 5 days to respond, and then they finally did, and they were like, "No, sorry. There's no screener." How is everyone watching it? How is everyone that's not going to see it watching it? Because guess what? It's not playing anywhere. It's playing in like really obscure fucking places.
We never get anything.
And they don't bring movies here, which is why we're always trying to get movies, screeners at least. It's like, give us something.
Let's give them something to talk about.
At least, like, you know, Utopia kind of took a chance on us, and they've been very gracious and very kind. And I just did a freaking collab post with Kyle's company the other day to promote their short film that we watched.
Very cool. That one was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That felt like I have felt that spiral before.
Yeah.
What is it called? So hello, you're being recorded?
Yeah, I think it's hi, you're being
recorded. Yeah.
Which is what the Ring cameras say when you go by them.
Which is so funny. It's like crazy paranoia. Love it.
And hey, it seems like Anna smokes weed, so come on the pod. We smoke weed over here too, you know? let's all smoke and toke together. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Okay,
He's out of control.
Well, we'll just mention. I'm just going to mention it really quick. We don't have to dive into this. Mickey 17. We liked it.
Loved it.
I
was
good.
crying
Bong Joon-ho.
so hard.
Shout out Bong Joon-ho. We love Bong Joon-ho.
Shout out Robert Pattinson for
the weird accent you did.
No, hey, shout out twin roles this year, or last year, or this year.
Right.
Very
it's the
cool.
year of the twins.
It's the years of the twins.
The dead thing is what we want to talk
about. The
dead
thing, Elric Kane. Elric, let me tell you, fantastic. I feel, like I said, I feel very parasocial for Elric Kane and Rebecca McKendry. And I feel like I sucked in so much knowledge, and
you knew every reference that was like in the movie.
I did. I feel like I knew every single reference. I feel like I caught every little reference. I caught every little Easter egg. I was like, okay, we're going in here. It's very little bit of 29 Palms, a little bit of Larry Fessenden, a little,
Palms. I hate it.
No, I loved it. There was so much that I've heard Elric mention and talk about and discuss about his film and his project before it was even announced, that I was waiting for this movie, and I was waiting to just dissect it, because that's everything that I have listened to and thought the movie was going to be. It exactly was that.
It felt very it felt like it had Giallo influences.
Yes, it was very almost De Palma influenced. It was very cool, very mind-bending. It was very suspenseful, hot, erotic, cool. Loved it.
I'll bleep this, but in a movie yet. Just kidding.
You're right. But I really enjoyed it, and I just feel like Rebecca and Elric, I'm so appreciative of the work that goes into the things they do, podcast and otherwise, that I just feel like I'm a student of them, and you're
their protege. You're what they're trying to. Because they're like teachers or whatever. Yeah,
they both teach, and I feel like I am just here taking the free class.
Right. Okay, well, we have Sinners to talk about next to round it out, because that was the movie that we went to go see.
If I could go back and scrub my brain to forget the whole movie to watch it again, I would. I loved it so much.
I'll just leave it. I'll just let it go. I have some thoughts. Well, let me know what you think about the movie. I'll unpack.
I was here for the 2-hour runtime, almost 2.5-hour runtime. I feel like this was Ryan Coogler taking everything that he learned from Marvel, the structure, the world building, the story building, the character building, everything, and took it and put it into a original horror. I thought immediately the Michael B. Jordan spoiler alert twin role. I feel like
it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. I think that was like in the trailer, wasn't it?
I didn't watch the trailer, so I wouldn't know.
There was like
that's why I was trying to tell Marius about the film, and I was like, well, I don't want to like spoil it for you.
Yeah.
But I really like that. Immediately, I feel they told you what was going to happen based on the colors of their outfits. I thought the use of color was really good. The structure of the story was really good. Jack O'Connell was really cool as a vampire. I thought that he did a really cool job as like that really annoying, scary, pestering vampire that like wants to come in so bad and just like destroy your family.
He was the Irish guy?
Yes. There's just so much about it. I just loved the characters, and the one thing that I will never ever be able to let go is the characters of Grace and Beau, the Asian couple in the film. They did them so dirty. They did that. They were
the ones burning on fire. Right?
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
She just wanted to go and save Lisa, her poor daughter, and he got turned into a vampire, and she went out to go and like do, I think she like tried to stop him from doing something. I was almost in tears at that point. And then
you cried a couple times.
She was just on fire. Like, she set herself on fire to like kill him or whatever.
Right.
All I just saw, because I closed my eyes because I was crying, but then I opened my eyes and then she was on fire, and I was like, is that her?
Right.
Oh my God, I was so mad. They did her so dirty. They were such good characters.
Yeah.
Pissed me off. Go ahead. Let her rip.
Okay, I didn't hate it, and actually, you know what? After watching that fucking horrible fucking bullshit ass movie we just watched last night called Warfare, you know what? I'm about to bump the score up for Sinners. Okay?
Yeah, Warfare was really bad.
That movie sucked. Maybe we'll talk about that and unpack it in like another episode. But yes, like okay, so like I said, I'm gonna like not shit on it too much because of the. Okay, I the only thing is I wanted more from it because everyone was like just hyping it up so much and like just talking about how like amazing it is, and I thought it was gonna be more. I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I liked like the idea of it like being vampires. I don't mind the fact that it's like the music was like controlling the vampire stuff.
Loved it. I loved it.
Like the idea of the music, I don't hate that, but I just didn't like the music, and actually, you know what? I would have actually been
Girl,
fine.
it was a period piece. What did you want? Dua Peep?
Why? Maybe because like why are they doing Lumineers anyway? Like that's what it felt like to me. It felt like they were just like doing like 4 to 5 minute music videos and splicing that into the movie, and I just didn't like that part of it.
So good.
If they like cut down, I would have been fine if they just cut down the musical scenes a little bit. I literally, because by the last one, I was rolling my eyes because it was just like, I was like, here we go again with another full song.
I mean, the one part I will say that did the only
a stomp clap song. I don't want to listen to that.
The only part that annoyed me with the singing was when the 3 vampires showed up at the door and they all sang a verse of the song. What?
And it felt like and it felt like you know what it felt like to me? Remember when we were watching the Met Gala and it just kept going and going
Shakira
and never stopped? The singing at the beginning of it.
Oh, when they were Oh my God! I thought you were referring to Shakira every time.
Like, wait, I thought it's gonna end,
and then it ended, and then they started all over again. I thought you were referring to every time the camera panned away and then panned back, Shakira was still there.
Literally, she was there longer than Diana Ross.
Because Diana Ross was like, "Girl, I am on tour. Get me to God's country."
Right. But I thought that was like one of my gripes. That was like my main gripe with it was like the music, like not the fact that there was music or like what kind of music. I don't really care about it. It's just like so long. Like it just kept going and going and going. Like when Haley Steinfeld walked out there, there wasn't like a doubt in my mind that she was gonna do a whole fucking performance.
Now
she didn't. She was watching.
I feel like for you feel as if maybe the full songs were padding the runtime.
Yes, and also the runtime. I just don't feel like the movie needs to be that long.
No, I loved it because I appreciated the fact that you were able to build a relationship with every single character, and that way, every time someone died, you felt it. It was like the Infinity War of it all. I hate to bring it back to Marvel, but he's a Marvel guy, and it's like they make you have relationships with all of these characters to just kill them all.
I feel like that was one of the drawbacks, and it was because of the Marvelization of it all. But okay, the thing is I won't shit on. I'm gonna take it back, and because I was shitting on it a lot about the dialogue. Remember, I was like, dialogue, I fucking hate the dialogue, and like all the fucking world, the character, the alleged character building to me. But I'm gonna give it a pass because Warfare fucking blew dicks. They didn't even give us any reason to care about any of those guys. I was fine with that guy getting his leg turned into spaghetti. I thought that was funny because why else? What they didn't make you care about that.
No, they didn't. They didn't even give us. They just dropped us into "Call on Me" by Eric Prydz, and then we were suddenly in war.
Exactly.
Call on me, you know, and then it's just like
yeah. So you know what? I'll give the dialogue and all the character things that I had a problem with. I'll give it a slide. Another thing that I wish that they did differently was Haley Steinfeld's character. It just felt one note to me. I felt like she has a range of acting skills, and they just decided to relegate her to joking about her race the entire time, or racial ambiguity, I guess. The entire movie was just that until she turned into a vampire. Spoiler alert.
Okay, but what I want to do is talk about Danielle Deadweiler and that body.
Who's that?
Sheesh! That woman. The one that played the good Michael B. Jordan, his like the woman he went back to. Oh my goodness.
They could have cut out all of the sex scenes because even the Haley Steinfeld one was just like whatever to me.
I was not mad at how they had that woman's corset up and her titties almost in her face.
Well, where's Haley Steinfeld's that, you know? Get the lead girl, the lead actress.
Sheesh.
No, yeah, I do agree. And I thought she was pretty good in it.
She was the best part of the movie, I feel, because she didn't she knew what was going on. She was the voice of reason. She knew how to keep a level head and to be like, kill me, I'm not doing this.
And most of my problems that I had, like, with it were, like, the dialogue and the characters or whatever. And since I'm looking past that, I'm giving it a more of a positive rating.
And I also kind of wish they wouldn't have cut to a mid-credits scene. I feel like they could have just wrapped the whole film up, but once again, he's a Marvel guy. They do that.
Right. And that was the guy with the blues guy or whatever.
Sammy.
Didn't he just die? That guy, like that actor?
Okay,
the singer?
hang on. Was that the guy that they were talking about
Buddy
on
Guy or whatever
This
his
Is
name
Important? When he was shitting and fucking and doing all that stuff? Was that the guy? Who were they talking about? It was a blues guy. They were like, no, it's not this guy, it's this guy. And they were like, he was sucking and fucking and doing all this stuff.
Right.
Was it Buddy Guy?
No, I don't think so. We'll have to revisit that.
We will have to revisit that.
But I mean, I wanted more from Sinners, but I'm fine with how it was. It wasn't the worst movie. It was fine. It was a good watch. It was fine.
I'm happy to have original horror.
Yeah, and I liked the fact that like there were elements that like were VFX or whatever, or done maybe on a sound stage or something that I could tell, and I was fine with. Like I thought they utilized those effectively, whereas like some horror movie, like, and Ryan Coogler is coming from the Marvel background, so he has that experience and the money for it. But the people like. Most horror movies are like so like low budget. This one had like a $90 million budget.
And look at the rate. Like everybody that I've seen, almost everybody that I've seen post about it has given it 4.5, 5 stars.
Except me. But so the thing is like they did a good job. They had like a big budget, but one thing that I liked about it a lot was that it still felt DIY. Like it felt like bigger budget, but like it felt like they used the budget correctly and used like the VFX correctly. The production design was amazing.
The lighting was really good.
Yeah, that's like where they put a lot of the money in the budget, and I think that's what like they did a really good job at that. There was one scene where, by the way, Marvel, that ain't no Marvel shit. Marvel's production value is
all blue screen.
The worst of the worst. It's literally abysmal. It's unwatchable. We've seen your parents watch that shit. We walk in, we're like, what the fuck is that? That's some of the most unwatchable, ugly ass bullshit that we've ever.
And that's probably why Florence Pugh was like, hey, I'm jumping off an actual building.
And the people that are like always like, why isn't there's no superhero movies in the Oscars? Why would there be?
Yeah,
that shit's horrible.
If anything, it's the VFX people that need to be given a raise and be awarded.
At least with this movie they tried, and it still felt like more DIY. It felt like, like they used more like DIY techniques, filmmaking techniques, rather than just like, oh, here's like a big fucking production company, which they probably had anyway because they had a lot of money. But like, just
true.
It felt more DIY, more grounded.
Yeah, the one scene where Michael B. Jordan, his character as Elias, went to go visit the little grave of his deceased child. The lighting in that scene of like being outside and like the sun being outside and like the greenery, like it was so beautifully shot. And they were definitely doing some cool VFX with the two Michael B. Jordans. Yeah.
Obviously, he literally like they were doing that purposely at the beginning. Oh, here's him smoking a cigarette.
It was so cool though. It was really cool.
But purposely, they did that to just show like.
And when they killed the snake in the beginning and they threw
flexing.
that knife and the one caught it and they threw it back, it was really good.
That was like them like flexing their filmmaking abilities.
Right. It was good. I
That's
enjoyed
like
it.
some shit that like you would see on Corridor Digital and they would be like, how do you think they
give
did
it a
this?
few weeks?
Yeah.
Give it a few weeks. When they don't want to spoil the movie.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. I just wish it wasn't so long, wasn't so music. And they maybe did something differently with Haley Steinfeld. I felt like she just like, they literally were like, they were just like, oh, she's racially ambiguous. That's going to be her entire shtick, the entire runtime.
Yeah, because as soon as the first thing you hear when you see her is, oh, that white woman is coming for you and she doesn't look happy or whatever he says. Like,
and it's like, she like has more to offer than that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, come on, Ryan Coogler of all people.
Yeah.
And then Michael B. Jordan, come on, guy. We know what you were doing here with the Django Unchained bit. The whole Jamie Foxx act you were putting on.
It was giving Django. It was
giving Jamie. It was giving. He watched Django and was trying to be Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx is just a little bit of a better actor. But it's okay. I'll let it slide.
It was good though, nonetheless. I really enjoyed it. But I think we should wrap it up because Ashley has to go to the doctor's.
Okay, yeah, we can wrap it up. Yeah,
we're back.
We're grand reopening.
Okay, Bob's Burgers. That's what the sign says on the front. Speaking of Bob's Burgers, give me my fucking show back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
You guys just made Marshmallow an actual trans person in real life, and now you're gonna just not give me the show.
We'll be back with some more talk about trans dicks next week or whenever.
And our love of them. Yes.
But yeah, so I don't know how should we end this?
We're putting the T in NT, if you know what I mean.
What the fuck? What is this is important to say?
This is Popozo.
Yes, that's what we said. Okay, all right.